Ruby, what are you going to tell the people at home to do? You're going to tell them to like. You're going to tell them that they need to like, yeah? Are they going to like it? Yes. They're also going to subscribe. Are they going to subscribe? Yes. Yes, Ruby says yes. Oh dear. Hello, doggy. Hello and welcome back to Norfolkfords. Today I'm in the workshop and I have a new seat. I was just using it wrong then, but we're about to assemble it, so we'll iron out that problem very shortly. So we might as well start by just opening it up. We've got a lot of packaging, cardboard. Apparently this used to be banana packaging. I don't know how well that's showing up on the camera. That's brilliant. That's what we like to see. Positive recycling. Right then. This is a replacement seat for the 4610. And I know what you're thinking. The 4610 isn't done yet. But I have started using it a little bit more because it is now in a drivable, usable state. And the seat has never worked. It is old, it is seized up. And I can't get a new shock absorber, and by the time I've unseized it all, I would have spent a couple of hours, an afternoon, or I could get a brand new seat. This was about 70 quid off of Agriparts, Agriparts UK Limited. Thank you very much. So let's start assembling this. Hello, Phoebe. No, you can't stop. There's the bottom. There's the top. That'll be alright. Then we have the base. Well, this is going to be a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought there was going to be a lot more assembly to this. Right then, first sit. Can I help you? You're in the way. Go on. Get out. Oh no. Yeah. Oh, I nearly tipped it off there. Yep. That'll do. 70 quid chair. Perfect. So, might as well. So, it's really nothing special. It is just a simple seat. The adjustment is here for your weight. I've just cranked it up because I wanted it nice and firm. I might dial it back down again soon. Like, you never know when I get it in the tractor. So, it's got a lot of holes to choose from. So hopefully we ain't got too much faffing about. That should be about the right size. That does look the right width for the base of my cab. I shouldn't have brought dogs in the workshop. Far too needy. There's also a slide there on rails back and forward. Not massive amounts on there, but it's going to be perfect for what we're trying to do with our little Ford. So we'll now skip to me another night putting it in. Hello everyone, it is the next evening. This is the base of the seat, and I was fiddling about with it, and luckily it just slides out, which could actually be quite a handy thing to do in the future. So I've made a spacer because this plate, I can't remember the measurement, but anyway, the bottom of the cab is about 6 inches. So this is 5, I think, or 4. Oh, it doesn't matter. I've done all the measurements ahead of time. It's all in place now. So I'm now going to offer it up, drop my washer, offer it up to the cab. And hopefully all that is nice and cushy. And we can bolt that down and make sure everything's secure. Slide the plate back onto the seats. And luckily this is galvanised, so we can paint it at a later date and not worry too much. But she will be taken off again and painted black to match the seat. Or I might do it blue, I don't know. We shall see later. So here we are working in the dark shed because I didn't realise how quick it was going to get dark. It's only 5 o'clock. Anyway, here's our spacer in place. I've left it enough room so I can get my fingers in from the back window. So I can actually put this in completely by myself. So going forward, this is going to be perfect. And what I'm hoping to do is just nip this all up quickly. And then what I'm hoping is I've got enough room in front of the steering wheel to slide it on. So in my mind, it does slide in from the back. We've got plenty of room around the seat. And then obviously it's going to be suspended and we'll adjust the height a little bit. But I already did a little dummy sit before I made the spacer up. It's going to be exactly the height I want it to be at. I'm really looking forward to actually sitting high up in this cab, because these cabs are quite tall, really, especially without the roof liner, which we will get to eventually. Find me a back window, and I definitely will. And when you're sat on the floor, because without the suspension on that seat, I was near enough sat at the bottom of the cab. I was sat basically level here. And that makes a big old difference, because the steering wheel's higher, everything's higher. So I'm feeling optimistic, so I'm going to just nip these up quickly. Nothing silly, because, you know, we'll take it off again to paint it black. Not tonight, it's too dark. And I haven't had the time to make up my new spray booth. So I've got a 20-foot container, which I keep a lot of my tools and stuff in. And I've made the effort to clean up a large area of it, about, you know, half the container. It's 10 foot. And the plan is I've got some tarpaulins. I'm going to make a bit of a gorilla spray booth, which I am going to do properly. I am going to get an extractor fan of sorts, just so I can, well, the idea is, I know I've got a workshop available to me, which I have done the majority of the tractors so far in, but I'm just at the point with the project where I need space. I need reliable space where I can just open the doors, get on with it without too much setup, then just leave it there to dry and shut the door. Because the thing with the container is I'm the only one with a key for it, because that's where I keep my tools. So the theory is get tarpaulin, divide the container up, have this spray booth. I've got a compressor, I've got the whole setup. Don't you worry about it. I'll show you in the next video. I'll tell you what, I'll show you in the next video. I will make the spray booth for the next video. That's my promise. So the idea is I just want to take all these, I'll show you, all these last little panels which I've got stowed around the back here. I just want to take them, lay them somewhere, especially like these wafer weights. This is a perfect example. I just want to hang them up like the little toolbox. I'm excited to get that little toolbox back in, which is daft. Yeah, I just want to hang them up in my little shed, spray them, and shut the door. I can come back to them next week. You know, I ain't got to worry. Whereas when I did the entirety of this tractor, it was a case of, right, you've got all of this weekend to spray it. Make sure it's out by Sunday. And it's like, right, let's get on. So, next video, we've got a Norfolkfords spray booth being built up and completed. So, that's my promise. Next week's video should be spray booth. So, maybe we'll even have time to do a couple of little small panels like down here. But there's the new seat. I've laid it gently on its head. So, and there's the old seat. So, as you can see, it's got quite a small base. and these were captive. So my little spacer bracket, I think, has done the job quite nicely. But anyway, enough waffle. I'm gonna go get some spanners, just nip that up, and then see if I can slide the seat on as it is. If not, it's not a big deal. I'll just take the base off again, put it onto the seat, and lower the seat into place, because it's I didn't really do a lot of measuring for this bracket. You know, it's very simple measurements. I took the base off, lined that up, marked the holes on the bottom of the cab, made sure everything was square. Super simple bracket, and you know, I haven't got it all together yet and finished, but you know, it's doing exactly the job I wanted it for. So simple but effective. Right then, I'll be perfectly honest, I didn't realise how much I was going to love this as much as I am. But I spun the space the other way around, so the holes were putting the seat bracket further back, and that means I can now slide this forward and off. So if we need to remove the seat, which we will to paint that bracket, that is the way round I will do it. So it also means if I need to deep clean the cab or anything, I can take the seat out, because these 3-cylinder cabs are quite small, because raised floor. This is the fuel tank in it, so it's quite further back, whereas, you know, you'd have a lot more, you'd be about there if you were like 4 and above. So yeah, and just the seating position is brilliant. As I sit in it now, I'm so much taller. I actually have to use almost the full length of my legs to put the brakes down, and you know, I'm actually in line with the mirrors. Like, this is an absolutely excellent decision. I originally thought I'm going a bit mad, splashing out on the seat so soon, but like I said, I am actually starting to use the tractor just that little bit, and the seat was bugging me, but I am now excited to use the Ford again. Not that I ever wasn't, but this is comfortable, this is right, this is a good position. Yeah, this is perfect. Well, I really do feel like I've set myself the challenge now of actually putting my money where my mouth is, and actually getting on and making the spray booth. I've had this as an idea for quite a few months now, and I've slowly been buying up the compressor. I already had most of the spray and paint equipment, so yeah, I just need to make sure that I give myself the time to tidy out the shed, and hopefully I can seal everything up. I know I'm only using tarpaulins, but it should be a good enough job for the scale of spray booth that I'm using, especially when I get a fan going. It's not exactly going to be a high spec spray booth, but I like the idea of it. I like the convenience of the idea, and like I said, open the door, paint some bits, and shut the door again. Because like I said, we're at that stage now where we've got small panels and we need to be cracking on in the evenings. So I'll probably get the booth made up. For the time being, that's going to be run off an extension lead from the other shed, but hopefully I'll get some proper lights installed in its own electrical outlets. So it's a proper little self-sufficient thing, and I can carry on during these lovely cold evenings, which now makes me think, considering how cold the past few evenings and mornings have been, probably ought to find a little heater at some point as well, just to keep everything warm, because I think one of the worst things you can do while painting is not necessarily about yourself, but certainly if you're painting onto metal, having cold metal really does hinder the quality you leave. I say that as if I know what I'm doing. I've only painted the one tractor and played around with a couple of other panels and other things, so yeah, hopefully when we get this booth done, I'll get the 4610 a little bit close to finished. Hopefully we'll find one of them dreaded rear windows, and we'll be able to finish the project, and who knows, we'll move on to another, and you know, we need to start building up this fleet of Fords. Definitely need a fleet of Fords. Anyway, thank you for watching. I've been Lewis Eves, this has been Norfolkfords. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week with the spray booth. Hope you're excited. Leave a comment and let me know what you think. Any advice you give to me messing about with making my own spray booth. Thank you again.